This is an empty summoner. It has no engravings, right? It has no engravings. It has no... It just has the gems, right? The gems are just like, you know, set in stone. You just put it on the things, right? There's no tripods. This is straight up empty. This is my last alt character that is not set up, because every single other characters I have are set up. Let's start about it. So you have crit, you have spec, you have swiftness, right? There are some spec classes. The examples are Shadow Hunter, Scouter, Gunlancer, those kind of guys. Deadeye sometimes goes spec because it increases damage. Some classes don't go spec at all, and Summoner is one of them because her skill, this takes way too long to cast, right? Let's say you have more swiftness. This would be much faster, right? There are two things. Either you're gonna punch him hard or you're gonna punch him twice. That's why some classes go swiftness and some classes go spec. So from that point on, when you're playing the class, you kind of look at other people's build. This is how you would understand it. Go like, oh, why does this class go spec? Why does this class go swiftness? Let's take Ignition Sork for an example. If Ignition Sork plays it, she goes a little bit of spec because if she turn on the ignition, she gets 25% crit chance. That means, oh, how much is 25% crit chance? How much is that? That is equivalent to about 800 to 600 crit. That means if you're an Ignition Sorceress, you don't need 600 points of crit. What if you also have Adrenaline? What is Adrenaline? Adrenaline gives 15% crit rate when it's level 3. And how much is 15% crit? It's equivalent to about 500, because 500 gives you 17.89. So when necklaces give you 500 and 500, forget about legendary accessories for now, because just think of it as a lower perspective for legendaries, because later on you guys gonna have relic accessories, and you guys gonna have used relic accessories for years. So it's better to just get used to the amount of stats that you're going. If you have a necklace that does 500, 500, right? If you get a crit necklace and a swiftness necklace, like that gives swiftness, it'll be 500, 500, right? Then you will have 500 and 500. That gives 17.89. Imagine you are Ignition Sorceress, level 3 Ignition, and level 3 Adrenaline. Let's just say that, because they don't usually go Adrenaline, right? You have 15% plus 25%. So you can completely remove this crit and put it on spec. 500 like that. To increase damage of your skills. You guys get this so far, right? That's some of you ask me, is Precision Dagger good? And I say, oh yeah, that's good. To teach you guys to understand why it's good, Precision Dagger gives 20% crit. And how much is 20% crit in combat stats? 20% crit is about 600. So this 600 can go to swiftness or can go to spec. So you're balancing it out. This is how it works. So you're questioning yourself, how much crit do I need? How much swiftness do I need? And you put rest on spec. So, to go into the next category, how do you determine how much crit you need and how do you determine how much swiftness you need? You can make a good area of guess by these two engravements. So you have this thing called Keen Blunt, and then you have something called Raid Captain. Keen Blunt is what? It increases crit damage to 50%. 50% increase in crit damage. How much crit percentage do you need? So in Korea, right, they calculated it mathematically. If you have over 60% crit rate, this engraving will give you 18% more DPS. If you have over 60% crit rate on your final hit, as in like this is including synergies, this is including buffs, everything, you can use Keen Blunt. How do you get crit, right? This is why some builds go full crit sometimes, like this, 1600. 1500 to 1600 is the maximum amount of stats that you can get with relic gears only. Why is Gunslinger uses Keen Blunt? Because Gunslinger's class engraving gives you 15% crit rate in shotgun. She has a 10% crit rate on her synergy skill, the handgun skill. That's already 25%. If she has something like 1100 crit on combat stats, that's 39.97. So it's 39.97 plus 15 plus 10. Another 15, and let's say she goes Adrenaline, right? That's 79. But if you don't go Adrenaline, it is still 64.97. And Argo said, correct. You're very smart. And the cards too. The Lost Wind Cliff card, it gives 7%. So you guys gotta think that way. It's like, ask yourself, what do I have, right? What do I have that can bring me crit. And if it adds up, wow, I can use Keen Blunt. Summoner has a skill called Shruti, right? She has a tripod. As long as Shruti is spawned, I get additional crit rate. Shruti gives 11.8 crit rate if I have it spawned. I have a default 11.8% crit if I max this tripod up. If I want to use Keen Blunt on Summoner, what do I need to do? I level this tripod up so that I can get 11.8. And then what else is there? She uses the relic set called Hallucination. Gives you 25% crit rate. And what if I go Adrenaline? Level 3, 15. That's 51.8. I have 51.8% by default. So how much crit do I need to get it to 60? And the answer is 500 minimum. Because 500 gives me 17.89. So plus 17.89. 69. Nice! Did you just plan that? No. I literally just added the numbers. If I get crit combat stat at 500, where do I put everything else into? Swiftness. And how much swiftness is 1600? 27.48% movement speed and attack speed. And check this out. 127.48. Raid Captain says 45% bonus movement speed is converted into damage. 140% movement speed, and with Raid Captain Level 3 will equal to times 0.45, right? Because it's 45%. 18% damage increase. So think about it this way. Why do Mayhem Berserkers go Raid Captain? Why do Shadowhunters go Raid Captain? Because they transform, they get additional movement speed. That's why with less swiftness you can get the full effectiveness of Raid Captain. That's why they go Raid Captain. How does Summoner have 140% movement speed? Great question. Let's say I have 1600 movement speed, right? I have 127% movement speed, right? What happens is supports get a set called Yearning Set. Yearning Set gives you 10% movement speed, 10% attack speed, and 10% damage at 6 set. This is why supports are super important. You know that gold ring around you on the support when let's say like Saint plays or like all the other guys play the game? The gold ring around the support is what they have. So you have, what's important? Look at this. Movement speed. So if I play with a support, what happens? My movement speed is 127%, correct? If I get the 10% extra, it's 37.48. 37.48 times 0.45 is what? 16.866. Raid Captain provides 16.866 amount of damage. And what is the equivalent that to? Barricade, give 16%. Curse Stall, give 16%. Hitmaster, Hitmaster gives 16%. Master Tenacity, 16%. Now this becomes tricky. This is why it's important for you to understand what your class actually does. Look at this. We have 1600 swiftness. They go, oh, but I kind of want to increase crit more. This Shruti buff has the crit one. You can also take this tripod. If you take this tripod, it increases your movement speed by 19.2. I can put less swift and put more on crit because you can't go over 140%. Now it goes to the next step. This only impacts movement speed. It doesn't impact cooldown. So I would do the tripod on Shruti on crit and put everything on swiftness and have as many swiftness as possible to lower my cooldown as much as I can. Because what's important for summoners to do is you want the summons to be up 100% of the time. Think about what engravings you're gonna add. So the problem about summoner is she needs to go both of her class engravings, 1-1 like this or 1-2. This decreases the amount of bubbles I need to cast my skill, and this increases my summons time for 20%. So these are super efficient engravings. So I have one of these. I need Grudge, right? I need Keen Blunt because I'm planning to go 60% crit, correct? And let's say I have Adrenaline, right? I need Adrenaline because I'm going to be spamming skills. Because if you spam skills, you should go Adrenaline. Now let's see what I get. I have 3-3-3-1-1. Now can I add one more engraving? I didn't add Curse Doll. The reason why I'm adding Cursed Doll is because I have legendary Cursed Doll. It's gonna be a waste if I don't use it. So instead of using Raid Captain, I would use Cursed Doll for just a flat 16% increase, because it's the same thing. I mean, Raid Captain is more efficient if I have max movement speed, it is correct. But since I have legendary Cursed Doll, I can save a lot of nodes and save a lot of money to build this particular build. To make an efficient build for like an ult, this is my ult, this is not my main. I'm not spending a lot of money. I'm not spending more than 20k in terms of a Korean market. So you have 3 3 3 3 1 1. This is what I would try to make with as much swiftness as I can. This is what I'm going to aim for. How can I make that happen? Now, this is where people get scared. You open a spreadsheet and go, oh, I hate spreadsheets. Oh man, oh dude, you have to. And let's say I carved like a 5-7 stone, right? And then I would do 5-3, and then you would get it. Wouldn't Raid Captain is better than Cursed Doll due to it being 18% and also multiplier than additive? Great question. That's true. But do you know why I go Cursed Doll? Because I read Cursed Doll Legendary Engraving. But that's a great point. You're actually learning. You don't follow this because I do this. Just because I have this set, that doesn't mean you guys should copy it. This is a 5, this is a 5. The reason why the class engraving is just a 5 alone is because Summoner's class engraving, look at that, 5 alone, but like is 800 gold. But if I go class engraving and Keen Blunt like this, look at that. This is me going 5-3 like this. Does that make sense? It's different by market. So in NA, you guys will need to theory craft. I theory crafted for hours, right? And it is actually worth it. You will save so much money, and this is actually how you save money doing engravings. Not you have to buy this, you have to buy that. This is the true way, the only way to save money. Did you pay Grudge and Cursed Doll knowing that you'll do many characters those things by universal ones? Correct. That's also correct. Because I'm going to have so many characters that I wanted to play so many characters. Having legendary Grudge, legendary Cursed Doll saved me a lot of money on accessories. And what do I need to do? I need to carve Keen Blunt and Adrenaline Stone, which is a super expensive stone, and it's going to get me angry. Ooh! I talk about stone carving on my last character as well. What does this look like? This looks like I can aim for the 9-7 still, right? Well, which is true. However, I have a -3, which is bad. If 9-7 fails, try to go for the 7-7. This is a stone rule. You always aim for 9-7. If 9-7 fails, go for the 7-7. If 7-7 fails, go for the 7-5. I mean, here, let me think about this. I failed this, right? And then if I succeed this, I have a 9-5 stone. That's good enough. Oh no. I have a 6-8 stone, right? 3-5, 3-5, 5-5, right? Now let's see. Let's see what engraving I can get as a summoner. So this number is actually something that's important. So this is an example. This is a ring, this is an earring, and this is a necklace. What does this number mean? This is quality 50, and this is quality 97. A ring quality 50 to difference of 97 is only 16 points, and earring difference is 23, and necklace difference is 84. What does this say? For quality, you aim for necklace, and then you aim earring, and then you go for rings. So what does that mean? Oh, I think Keen Blunt and Grudge is pretty expensive. You buy that on a ring for low quality ring. Oh, I think this one class engraving, I think that's pretty cheap. 100 quality for 800 gold. What a steal. Yeah? Because it's only literally a 5. Because everyone else thinks like it's... See, look. 79 quality for 1500 gold. because it only has a 5 on an engraving. Oh, here's another tip. About necklaces. So check this out. There's 2 stats on the necklace. Sometimes your secondary stat is not as important. So some of them are weighted harder on the crit side or the swiftness side. So sometimes you buy a necklace and you go like, you can buy a green one. Let's say you can buy a green one, or let's say on a Shadow Hunter, as long as the spec side is higher. So you see this here, it says 478 on the swiftness side and 440 on the crit side. So if I don't need more crit, I can just buy a lower one that gives more, let's say, on spec. Because if you need a lot of spec. So you can take that into an account too. Ooh, 93 quality for 500 gold, man. You see how much I'm saving? Look at that. You can see me actually save money. It's exact same thing. It's a 4-3, of course. Why do you think I searched the 4-3? It's right here. I put it on the spreadsheet. And that's what I need for 3-3-3-3-1-1. I'm gonna move this to the earring and then move this to the class engraving. So in the end, I get more stats for my money. Does that make sense? How I like kind of move things around? Because class engraving for the earring for just 5, it costed like 3k gold. You know. And if you look at it, the ring is 500 gold. And this is my other class engraving, level 1. And if I equip this, I have Adrenaline 3. Adrenaline 3 and Cursed Doll at 3, right? None of my negatives are impacted. It's 4, 4, 3, 3. I used it till the tick. Now, if I equip Grudge and Cursed Doll, it's correct now. 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1. And my pet buff is at, yep, my pet buff is there, so it's 1643. Yep, so this is complete now. Now, what do I need to do? I can't play it yet, guys. Remember what I said? The tripod. Check this out. You guys will need to complain to Amazon about this. So, oh my god, I have to like manually find this out, and you know, like, you know, I have to search all these things and figure out the best combinations, right? Now check this out though. We have a calculator in Korea. I just select my tripods here, and it literally finds the perfect combination for me because our API is shared, not NA though. Ooh, 10k gold? Easy. Copy. And wait, hold up. Oh, yep. Copy, paste, and paste. Last one. Now when I'm done, check my skills. There we go. My character is complete. My last ult is complete, boys. Hey, look, another summoner. So many summoners. And he left. Why did he leave? Did he left because my build was better? Did he feel salty that my build was better? What's the difference between this and Sork? I think it's Sork with animals. I mean, I literally made her to do Lopang. Never realized that she would achieve a item level high enough to do Legion raids. You never know what happens. Never know what happens in a video game.